So it's official. We are getting a apparently live action Legend of Zelda movie. Now, I love Zelda. Okay. I may not have a huge room full of merchandise and all that, but I dun 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 dun, which I got when I was 17 and I'm 30. I'm going to be 37. I have a cat named Zelda. I have a cat named Midna who's probably snoozing outside right now. I had a cat named Link. I love Zelda. I love Zelda. I don't have a lot of merchandise that I can display on there because I'm not the kind of person who has a lot of money. But I love the franchise. Um, and a Legend of Zelda movie is, I'm really not looking forward to it because I know how movies have been. Now, if it was something, if they can do something more akin to like Lord of the Rings, like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, uh, but set in like the Legend of Zelda, in Hyrule and all that, that might work. Hell, get Peter Jackson to do it. I mean, it basically directed the same way, just add Legend of Zelda to the title. And what about Link? Like Zelda, of course, she talks, but Link, he's that silent protagonist. Are we gonna get like a CDI Link? Gee, it sure is boring around here. Are we gonna get the cartoon version of, well, excuse me, princess? Like, what are we gonna are we gonna get? Ah, yeah, huh? Like, what are we gonna get with Link? Is he gonna talk? But confirms release date through Nintendo Today app. It's finally official. The Legend of Zelda is coming to theaters as a live-action movie on March 26, 2027, courtesy of Nintendo, announced via the company's new Nintendo Today app. The release date marks a major milestone for a project that's been shrouded in mystery since its initial tease in 2023. While some fans are thrilled to see Link and Zelda hit the big screen, it's not all sunshine and rubies for everyone. I am terrified. If they had done like they bring up Mario. If they had done it something like the Super Mario Brothers movie, that would have been perfect. But live action, please, please, just after Super Mario Brothers movie raked in over $1 billion worldwide in 2023. Many assumed Zelda would follow. Why can't we do something like, I don't know, make something that people don't care about as much, like Donkey Kong or Star Fox? Don't ruin Zelda. Like, seriously, don't ruin Zelda. Again, I love Zelda. And if it was like the Super Mario Brothers movie where it's real looking enough, but still CGI, that would be great. Because Hyrule does have a very distinct look to it, even though it does focus a lot on more of a medieval, Renaissance sort of era. It does have its own look to it. You have the different races, the Gorons, and the Koroks, and depending on where you are, Zoras and the Gerudo and all these other different races you have depending on what time period we're set in. Goron seem to always be around. But then you have, different, depending on what timeline you might have the Kokiri, or you might have the Koroks, or you might have possibly the monkeys in, Twilight Princess, where it's people think that the Kokiri kind of evolved into the monkeys. But you have all these races that are very complicated looking. The Deku Scrubs. So to have that in a live action, the it would have to, the CGI would really have to be on point. But I think it would just work better as CGI, like a cartoon, like I said, the Super Mario Brothers movie. That would have been perfect. Follows suit with a sleek animated adaptation, possibly setting up a full-blown Nintendo cinematic universe. Mario was a massive success under Universal and Illumination, blending crowd-pleasing visuals, nostalgia, and non-threatening script into box office gold. But here's the twist. The Legend of Zelda will not be animated. It's fully live action and it will be and it's not being made by Universal or Illumination. It's being distributed by Sony. Yes, that's Sony, the Morbius and Madam Web studio. Sometimes the new universe just enjoys a laugh. From "Excuse me, princess" to Oscar season. Westball, fresh off the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, is attached to direct. He's proven he can handle sweeping fantasy and motion capture of creatures, but this will be a whole different beast. The key challenge, Link himself. For decades, Link has been a blank slate. Yeah, the silent protagonist. That's why he doesn't really talk. He's meant to reflect you, which is why they make him pretty much androgynous as possible. It's like, is he a boy? Is he a girl? He kind of blurs the line because Nintendo knows that there's going to be females playing. So while they're not giving Link like a busty chest or something, they make him beautiful. They make him beautiful. Very soft features. When it comes to other men in the game, he's very I wouldn't say feminine, but he's got, his features aren't as defined as a man. He's just kind of like in between. Because he's the silent hero. He's the protagonist. He's supposed to be our in-game avatar. And Nintendo knows both men and women play the game. So, but here's the problem with the movie. Now they have to pick a gender. Now they have to make him fully male or fully female. It can't be like this androgynous thing. And with the whole talking thing, he doesn't talk. He kind of talks in Wind Waker, where you hear him say, "Come on," or "Hey." But as for like actual conversations, he doesn't talk. He doesn't talk. He just kind of stares blankly at you, like. I think of like Tears of the Kingdom at the very end when they're all up there and Minoru and all of the crew is kind of doing the little vow for Zelda, those of us, all that, they're all talking and Link's just like. Now I get that he's already taken the vow to protect Zelda and Hyrule, so he doesn't really feel the need to do it again. But you see everyone else, you see Sidon and Riju and all that, and they're all like, "Those of us gathered here, swear in our lives," and he's just like. So it's gonna make like, I mean, I guess that could be a quirky thing where it could be made a joke, like, why doesn't he talk? He's talking to like, bumps into someone and they're like, "Oh, excuse me, oh, well, you don't look like you're from around here, where are you from?" And he's just like. That would be really stupid though, but hilarious. Now, if it was like a CGI kind of thing, like with like Mario, that would make sense. The humor would go along with it. Like, why isn't this guy talking? He's just kind of blankly staring at me. He doesn't talk. He doesn't crack jokes. He doesn't even really have a personality beyond courage and mild confusion. That's deliberate. It's part of the series' signature charm. "Well, excuse me, princess." So naturally, fans are nervous because to put Link on screen in live action, someone will have to cast him, someone will have to write dialogue for him, and someone will have to decide who Link is. The last time someone gave Link a voice was technically I think it was the CDI games. That's the last time Link, or no, actually Twilight Princess, or not Twilight Princess, Wind Waker. Like I said, he had very few lines, but he did talk. Like I said, you heard Link when he was like calling for the statues and like in Tower of the Gods. He said, "Come on," so he was talking. But the CDI games came after this, so technically, the last time we really heard full speech was the CDI games.
Well, excuse me, princess.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It lives in meme infamy to this day. No Zelda no Zelda in a Nintendo cinematic universe for now. Another big surprise is the fact that the movie seemingly dashes all hopes of a shared Nintendo movieverse with Zelda included. With no Universal involvement and a shift to a new studio and format, Zelda stands on its own. For those dreaming of an Avengers-style Super Smash Bros. Team-up movie, this is a pretty clear detour. A detour. Why did I say detour? Making it sound fancy. Detour. That said, Nintendo has clearly found its confidence after years of caution. If they work with Sony, it might have a chance. They spent decades avoiding another disaster after the original 1993 Super Mario Bros. Film, but now the box office is calling, and they're answering. With a release date now locked for 2027, expect the speculation to heat up fast. Who plays Link? Who plays Zelda? Will be Ganon be CGI? That's assuming it's Ganon. I mean, he is the most well-known antagonist, not just in Zelda, but pretty much in all of gaming. And how will the story be and how will a story so rooted in player experience translate to a linear narrative? Look, if they did it with Five Nights at Freddy's, I know they could do it with Zelda story-wise. It's just the casting. What's the casting going to be like? What's the movie actually going to look like? Like, are they going to film like I said, like a Lord of the Rings thing type situation and actually go to a place that fits the description of what Hyrule would look like? Or is it all going to be on a stage and, you know, just CGI heavy? So I think the casting is probably the scariest thing because, you know, you want someone who fits the bill for Link. Again, you know, in the game he's androgynous, so it would be good to cast a male actor, but still keep him not super feminine. But you know, Link is not known to be huge and burly, and you know, he's kind of like physically he's skinny, he's weaker looking, but that's not where his strength comes from. It's not the strength of his muscles or his body, it's the strength of his courage, of his heart. That's what gives him the power to do things. He may not be physically strong, which is why he needs help from, like, you know, power bracelets and gauntlets and stuff like that. But he is, you know, courageous and he's selfless, and that's where his power comes from. Kind of like Ganondorf, like his is power, right? So they build him to look powerful. He's got the body for it. He looks like, wow, that dude loves power. So I still want him to look, you know, like body wise, like Link. You know, I don't want some super like, oof, oh yeah, Link, yeah. You know, he's got freaking biceps that are bigger than our heads, and it's just no, just keep Link looking like Link. Brown or blonde hair is usually because you've seen him both ways, whether blonde or brown. Don't give him black hair. Don't give him red, you know, bright red. Brown or blonde. If only this was set years ago, they could have gotten Leonardo DiCaprio to do it, because that's who, like, 3D Link, like Ocarina of Time Link, that's who it was based on, was Leonardo DiCaprio. So if only this was done in the 90s, they could have had a young Leo playing Link. But yeah, I guess I'll save full judgment until I see a trailer or something, but again, I love Zelda, but this is not something I would want, really. I just wanted to see. Again, just make a movie or something out of a franchise that doesn't get a lot of love, like Donkey Kong or Star Fox, or, you know, something like that, or Metroid. Let's get a Metroid movie. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. or Star Fox. Like, those are the games that just, like, never get any love. They hardly get any games. Zelda, Mario, stuff like that, they're constantly coming out. Give one of those other franchises a chance. But, yeah, it really comes down to casting and the world itself. So, guess we'll just have to wait till they start showing off some, you know, teasers or whatever. But yeah, March 26th, 2027 is apparently when we're going to be getting a live action Zelda movie. Yay. Anyway, that's going to do for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.